We'll get started. Welcome. This is yoga. If you have a block and some type of strap, or I usually just use my ring, go ahead and have that near you. We're going to start today onto our backs with our knees bent, our feet flat onto the ground. Go ahead and extend your arms so your fingertips are just barely touching your heels. And if you do have that block, go ahead and grab your block right here and put it in between your thighs. This is just going to help the proper alignment, everything staying in line. Lift up your hips and then walk your shoulders in, interlace your fingers behind your back, and just stay here for a moment, feeling the stretch through your shoulders, plugging those heels into the ground, breathing, squeeze your glutes, feeling into that breath. So yoga is not just about stretching, it's also about focusing on that breath when you stretch. We're just going to warm up our breath right now while we're in this bridge position. Feeling wherever your breath is at. Try to take it just a little bit deeper than it was. And if you're not already, see if you can inhale through your nose, and you can either exhale through the nose or the mouth. 5 more deep breaths here, and then we're going to see if we can take our full wheel. Right now, if it feels good, you could stay here, or we're going to try to take that full wheel, taking our hands next to our ears with our fingers pointed toward our shoulders. You could lower the hips down for a second and then see if you can lift all the way up. 5 more deep breaths. On the exhalation, slowly lower your body down. Bring your knees into your chest. You could take that block, take it to the side, and just hug in, gently rocking side to side, massage through your spine. And now we're going to take both legs over to the left side. If you wanted to, you could use the block to rest your legs onto. Or if it's easy for you to keep your shoulders grounded, then keep those shoulders grounded. Take those legs over to the left side. Look over to the right. Now, if you wanted to take an added stretch here, you could use a ring, a strap, or just your hand and stretch out your top leg. You can also add a bind while you're here and take your bottom leg and try to catch your toe with your opposite hand. And maybe you find you don't even need a strap to catch that top foot. Make sure those shoulders stay grounded. We have 5 more deep breaths here. Good. On an exhalation, bring your knees back into your chest, reset through your spine. Make sure your spine is nice and long. Give yourself a nice hug and gently rock side to side. Lengthening, massaging through that spine. Then we're going to start taking those legs over to the right side. Other side. Start with just teeing out your arm, resting your legs out to that right side, looking the opposite direction of the legs. And if you wanted to, you could extend that top leg, hold onto it with your hand or the strap. And then you could also choose to add your bind here, taking your bottom toe with your opposite hand. And try to look the opposite direction with the shoulders grounded. 5 more deep breaths. Good, and the exhalation gently rocks us back to center with the knees into the chest. Give yourself another big hug, just gently rocking side to side, lengthening out that spine. And then start finding your happy baby. You could wrap your peace sign fingers around your big toes, or you could hold on to your whole big round part of your foot with the option to keep your legs straight or bend them. We have 5 more deep breaths here. And on your exhalation, bring your knees back into your chest. Take your hands behind your legs and rock yourself up into an extended leg staff position. Make sure those seat bones are grounded onto the ground. We're going to inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, come forward toward your toes a few times. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fall forward. Move with the breath. Inhale up. Exhale, fold into it. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale, stay here. And then just keep folding in towards your legs. Wiggle the knees, reset through those seat bones to really get nice and deep. Keep breathing, hinging forward into this. 3 more deep breaths, and then we're going to walk it over toward our left leg. And on your next exhalation, walk your right hand towards your left foot and then start stretching your left arm back behind you. See if you can reach it all the way behind you and watch that hand reach as you hinge forward. Breathe 5 more deep breaths. Good, and on the exhalation, slowly bring it back to center. Start walking your hands over toward that right foot. Reach the right arm back behind you. Left hand has that right foot. Fold forward and stretch and breathe. And on your exhalation, slowly bring it back to center. Walk yourself up. And now we're going to take our hands behind us. We're still in this extended leg staff position. Bend the elbows and lengthen. Bend and lengthen with those legs long in front of us. Exhale as you bend. Inhale as you lengthen. Good, about 3 more, and then we're going to try to keep those arms long. And the next time those arms are long, stay here. And if you wanted to, you could just fold forward a little bit and start looking to one side and the other side, or just do what feels good for you. You want to stay in one position. Listen to your body as you move. Any signs that it gives you, breathe into it. Good, another 3, 2, and 1. Come back to center, release your arms, start circling. Try to stretch even your fingers as you circle those arms. Good, keep stretching. Take your time, go at whatever pace works for you, stretching through even the pinky part of your palms of your hand. Another 3, 2, good. One more this way, and then we're just gonna switch the direction. Keep reaching, move through those shoulders. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to bring just your right knee up. Make sure those seat bones feel grounded onto the ground. Hug that right knee in, and then start twisting toward the right knee. Look behind your right shoulder. Good. Gentle spinal twist here as you stretch out through the shoulders and the back. Good, 3 more deep breaths. And on your exhalation, we're gonna hug the right arm onto that right leg and then twist the other way, heart opener. Twist to the left. Use that hand on the ground to help you. If you wanted to, you could bring the elbow inside of the leg and use your arm to help you twist. Good, one more breath. Exhale, we're gonna go one more time the other way and try to take it a little bit deeper this time. So if you can, bring the arm on the outside part of the leg, twist behind you, look behind that right shoulder. Use that arm to help you. You could either bend the arm or keep it long, whatever feels better for you. 5 more deep breaths. And on your exhalation, gently unwind. We're gonna open up this knee to the side with your left leg extending still long. Inhale, reach those arms up, stretch, open up through the shoulders, deep breath, and then reach toward this foot. Here's where if you have a prop, this really helps, whether it's easy for you to hold on to your foot or not so easy. The block can help you to extend your stretch, or the ring or the strap can help you to catch your foot. We're gonna take 10 deep breaths, really focusing on widening your toes. Press into the big mound top part of your foot and extend through your heel. Good, breathe here. Keep getting deep into the stretch, focusing on shifting your torso over that long leg. Good, 3 more deep breaths. And on your exhalation, you can slowly come up. We're opening up this leg a little bit more to the side. If your knee is lifting up, you could put a block under it or just rest it onto the ground. We're gonna place our left arm onto the mat and reach our right arm all the way out to the side. If you wanted to, grab a strap to help you catch your foot and use this bottom hand, pressing, stretching, breathe. Good, 3 more deep breaths. And And on your exhalation, gently release. Now this right ankle is going to cross over your left knee. And we're going to just start pretzeling ourselves up. Walk as close as you can with your right foot staying flexed. Just walk it up. Breathe into it. Try to keep your back straight, your chin lifted. Breathe here. Good. 3 more deep breaths. And on your exhalation, gently release. We're going to come to our left side and take a quad stretch before we come to our other side. So bring it in and out, just warming up dynamically through the hip, through the quad. Go up and back. If you need to, use that strap to hold on to your ankle. And then whenever you're ready, just keep that leg back there behind you. Stretch out your quad. Extend your leg while you're holding onto your ankle to really deepen through that stretch. Breathe here. 5 more deep breaths. Good. 1 more deep breath in. And the exhalation gently releases you. Come back all the way up, and we'll move to our other side. So we're going to hug in the left leg this time. Hook your right arm onto that left knee, and then look behind you. Keeping that spine nice and long. Breathe. And on your next exhalation, slowly unwind. See if you can place your arm on the inside of your thigh and use that right hand to help deepen the twist. Breathe. Good. 1 more deep breath. And then the exhalation is going to unwind us. We're going to take this next one a little bit deeper. See if you can place your right arm on the outside of that left leg, and then gently twist behind you, keeping that spine nice and long. Breathe here. Good. 1 more deep breath. On the exhalation, bring it back to the neutral spine, back to center. Keep this right leg long. Let that left leg go out to the side. Remember, if you wanted to, you could put a block under your knee. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up. Open up through the shoulders. Exhale, slowly come in towards your foot. Use a strap or a block to help you as you need to. We have 10 deep breaths here. Keep focusing on extending through the heel, folding from the chest, hinging that hip. Good. 5 more deep breaths. And on your exhalation, slowly walk yourself up. We're going to open up that right leg just a little bit more and have your strap or your ring near you if you need it. We're placing right hand onto the mat. And we're reaching that left arm over to the right foot. Maybe use your ring or your strap to help you catch it. And it's normal if you're more flexible on one side than the other. Good, 2 more deep breaths. And on your exhalation, gently unwind yourself back to center. Now we're gonna cross this left ankle over your right knee, and we're coming into that figure 4 seated position, where we're just gonna stretch out our T-band by walking ourselves forward, making sure that left foot stays flexed. You could always roll onto your back for this one if you wanted to. We're just gonna take about 5 deep breaths here, breathing into that with each exhalation, maybe even coming a little bit closer. Don't do anything that is uncomfortable for you ever. Everybody's body is different, so just listen to your body. If it's too much, you could take it back, or if you're wanting to go a little bit deeper, use your breath to help you. Good, 2 more deep breaths. And on the exhalation, gently release that top leg, and we're coming to our side. So you could rest onto your bicep or onto your hand. Your bottom leg, just let it kind of do whatever. Could be long or bent, just a little bit out into an angle. Good, yes, and we're coming forward and back. Good. This just really helps to loosen up through the quad, through the hip flexor. And then when you're ready, we're gonna take that leg all the way back and just hold it. Extend the leg while you're holding the ankle. So you're really deepening into that stretch. And maybe look down just slightly. Breathe here. 5 more deep breaths. Good, and on your exhalation, release that leg. We're gonna come all the way onto our stomach. Extend your arms out long with your palms facing down. And then press onto the ground, lifting up your legs and your chest. Try to extend through your chin. 5 deep breaths here, and then we're gonna have the option to come into a bow pose. Or you can stay here, or you could bend your knees and catch your ankles, and then come all the way up into a bow. Stretching out through the shoulders, lift up the chest. Breathe, 5 more deep breaths. If you have a little momentum with your breath, that's perfectly wonderful. Good, 1 more deep breath. And on your exhalation, gently release. We're coming into an extended arm child's pose. Take your time getting there. Into counter stretch. So extend those arms long, widen your knees, placing your forehead onto a surface, whether it's your mat or your block. On your exhalation, lift your hips up slightly and start bringing your palms together. So you're on your forearms. Curl your toes, press back into a dolphin pose, and then see if you can reach your crown of your head toward the mat. Breathe here, 5 breaths. On the exhalation, lower your knees down to the mat. Relax your feet and place those hands under your shoulders. Start rounding and arcing. Move through the cat-cow and just move through your spine. So you're at a nice distance with those knees in line with your hips. Hands in line with your shoulders. And breathe through this, making little movements along the way. Not just forward and back, but also side to side. It's a great time to just clear out your throat too, as everything is moving through you. Undulating through the spine. Moving those cerebral fluids. And then the next time that you come into your rounded spine, stay here and sway around in it. Move around through the shoulders, the hips, the low back. Keep drawing your belly button up towards your spine. Breathe. And then whenever you're ready, just go the other way. Just reverse that direction. And coming back into a neutral flat tabletop back. Extend your left arm all the way up. Big deep breath in. Exhale, thread it under. And then just press with your right hand, open up through the shoulder. Or you could also extend through the fingertips or wrap it around in your pocket. But really just focus on stretching out the shoulder. Whatever your top hand is doing. Focus on stretching out that bottom shoulder. Two more deep breaths. And on your exhalation, use the right hand to press you into a hero's pose. So we're gonna stay on this left arm for a little bit. The left arm is gonna reach up, bend the elbow, and you could be sitting in a comfortable hero's pose. Use your block if you need to. And just start bringing the elbow in towards your head and out. So I'm just sitting onto my heels, but if you want to, you could find a different comfortable seated pose if the heels is not comfortable for you. Good, in and out. All right, now keep this arm in. I want you, if it's available for you, to lift up your hips and then lean back in toward that arm. As you hug it in. Now you could stay here, or if you want to add a bind, you could reach your right hand and try to catch those left fingers. Use a strap if you want, or just keep hugging your right elbow in. 5 more deep breaths. On the exhalation, gently release. We're gonna take this left arm back under, just like we had before, with that right hand either pressing under your right shoulder or extending or hugging into your left pocket. So really just stretching out this left shoulder, lean into it. Breathe. Good, one more deep breath. And exhalation, places that right hand back under your shoulder in a tabletop position. And we'll take a few cat-cows before we do our right side. So just round and arc. Making any little movements along the way, working out any kinks that you might have. Good, about 2 more deep breaths, and then we'll move to our right shoulder. Okay, when you're ready, flatten that tabletop back. Bring that right arm all the way up. Deep breath in, reach. Exhale, thread it under. Placing that right shoulder onto the mat with your palm facing upward. And then just keep pressing your left hand into the ground to open up that right shoulder with the option to extend through the fingertips or wrap it around in your right pocket. You have 5 more deep breaths in this position. Good, and on your exhalation, place that left hand under your shoulder. We're coming into that hero's pose. Reaching the right arm up, bend your elbow. And we're just slowly start taking the elbow out and in. Yes, and if you wanted to, you could place that block under you, or if it's not comfortable, you could come up onto your knees. And in a minute, or in a few moments here, we're gonna come up onto the knees anyways. Yeah, out and in. Good, and whenever you're ready, if it's available, come up onto those knees. And we're just hugging this right elbow in and leaning back to try to press our head weight onto the arm, but pressing our hips forward. 5 breaths here, and then we'll have our option to bind. All right, you can stay here, or you have the option to bind, wrapping the left arm behind you and catching those fingertips. Keep breathing, 5 more deep breaths wherever you're at. And on your exhalation, gently release. Now we're coming back into that open shoulder, just like we did before, with the right arm threaded under, palm facing up. And you have that option to wrap your left arm around or extend through the fingertips. And just really focus on stretching out that right shoulder. Good, 2 more deep breaths. And on your exhalation, place the left hand under your shoulder, Press into your tabletop position. And this time I want you to just focus on your shoulders, rolling your shoulders. Roll the shoulders back. And your back should be tabletop in a flat position. Just roll through another 3, 2, 1, and then just try to go the other direction with your shoulder rolls. Good. Another 3, 2, 1. And now curl your toes, take it back into your downward facing dog. You could walk your dog or just hold your dog. We're gonna take 10 deep breaths here. If at any time you needed to, you could come back into your cat-cow position or an extended arm child's pose. Sometimes 10 breaths can be a lot for a down dog. Take your time just really stretching out through the legs, all the way deep into the hamstrings, Achilles heels. Good, keep breathing, 5 more deep breaths. And on the next exhalation, bend the knees, lower all the way to the ground. We're gonna come back up onto our knees with our hands behind us. Interlace those fingers. Push your hips forward. And then bend the elbows and lengthen. Take a few of these dynamic movements. Bending those elbows and lengthening. Push your hips forward when you lengthen back. Good. Another 5, and then we're going to keep the arms straight. 4, 3, 2, and then the next time that your arms are straight and your hips are leaning forward, stay here, breathe. 5 deep breaths. And the exhalation slowly releases you, lower back into an extended arm child's pose. Reach that forehead to the mat. Stretch out through the low back. Now walk it over to the left side. And then stack your right hand on top of the left. Breathe. Now walk it all the way over to the right side. Just tiptoe your hands over until you can't go any farther, and then stack the left hand on top of the right. And on your next exhalation, bring it back to center, walk yourself up Now we're gonna curl our toes. Our knees are so wide. Curl our toes and lift up. So you're on your feet. If you needed to, you could put a block under you and sit onto the block. Open up through the inner thighs. Those palms together. Breathe here. Press those palms together and just open up through the inner thighs. 5 more deep breaths. Try to keep your arms on the inside part of your legs. Good, and then we're gonna take a crow pose after this. Three more deep breaths. All right, if you wanted to, you could stay here or try your crow's pose. Place those hands onto the ground, shift your weight onto your arms, and then try to start lifting up one foot and then the other foot off the ground. Good job. 5 more deep breaths. On the exhalation, slowly lower your feet back onto the ground. Take your hands to help you. And then widen your legs as wide as comfortable for you. Wiggle the knees, reset the seat bones, and then make sure everything is pointed upward. Find the block. If you don't have it, find it near you. We're gonna start reaching our hands out toward our legs, and then try to reach your forehead to the block. Remember, there's different heights to the block. So choose a height that works for you. And if it doesn't touch, it's okay, but just try to reach toward there. Breathing, 5 more deep breaths. If you're able to catch your toes, pull those toes towards you. Good, 1 more deep breath here. And on your exhalation, slowly walk yourself up. You can remove the block or just take the block to the side. And then we're gonna roll back down onto our backs. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a big hug. Good. And then we're just gonna come back to a neutral spine. You could have the option to bring your soles of your feet together and let the knees just gently open up, or you could have your legs long. But I do want you to find your block, if you have the block, and place it behind your shoulders. So we're gonna come into a gentle heart opener for just a few breaths, and then you'll have the option to keep it there with your Savasana, or you could take it away. So I have the soles of my feet together, but again, you could do whichever with the legs long or the feet together. And then just with that block behind you, with enough space so your back of your head can still be onto the ground. Just feel this gentle heart opener. And place your right hand onto your stomach and your left hand onto your heart, so you can feel your breath and your heartbeat. Now, if you're comfortable, you could stay here for the Savasana. We'll just take about a 1-minute Savasana, or you can make yourself comfortable in whatever ways that you like. Just feeling into your breath. Feeling your breath get slower and longer and deeper. Just feeling so relaxed. Feeling grounded into the earth and lifted into the universe in that perfect harmony, balance of the vertical and the horizontal. Start bringing your awareness back to the space around you. Making little movements. When you're ready, roll to your right side. Which, if you did have the block there, it's going to just take that block out of the way. And then use your left hand to press you up into seated position. Comfortable seated position, whatever that means for you. And then just start moving your head side to side. Stretching out through the neck, through the shoulders. And then find a neutral spine and start rolling through the shoulders. Still grounding your seat bones into the earth and lifting the crown of your head into the sky. And whenever you're ready, just reverse the direction of those shoulder circles. And bicycle pedal them out. So one is up as the other one goes down. And reverse that direction. And squeeze both shoulders up by your ears. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Deep breath in. Exhale, side out. One more time. Squeeze, deep breath. Exhale, side out. And reach both arms all the way up. The palms touch the top. Exhale, bring it into your heart center. Namaste. The light in me honors the light in you. Thank you guys so much. Thanks for joining.